Hello everyone and welcome to the English Link podcast with me, Elle. If you want to learn English from content of interest, you are in the right place. Remember to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future episodes. We're available on Apple, Spotify, Google and SoundCloud too. And if you are listening there, don't forget to give us a like, a share. We really do appreciate it. Today we're going to look at some British accents. So for such a small country, the UK really does have a lot of accents. For example, I grew up in the south of Wales, in the capital of Wales. The city is called Cardiff. If you drive about half an hour in each direction, so north, south, you'd have to cross some water, east or west, the accent is different. It can be tough to decipher some of the accents of the UK, even for me as a Brit. This clip from the super funny movie Hot Fuzz explains what I mean perfectly.
Yeah, I ain't I can see the view more. What's he mumbo?
Right. What did he say?
Said edge is edge, huh? He only chopped him down because he couldn't see the view no more. What's he mumbo?
What did he say?
He said an edge is an edge. He only chopped it down because it spoiled his view. What's Reaper moaning about?
Right. Look, I appreciate your position, Mr. Webley, but you can't go around chopping down other people's hedges without permission.
I suppose.
Yes, I suppose.
So I'm going to go over some accents, not all, we would be here all day. Some British accents in today's video. I'll give you examples and I'll also give you examples of the accents in TV shows or movies that you can check out. Before I do that, I'll show you how to make English lessons on Link with those TV shows or movies or any others that you find. First, you need to make sure you have the Link importer. It's available on Chrome, Safari, and on Firefox. Find your show. Here I'm looking at The Crown on Netflix. You hit play, but first make sure that your English closed captions are selected. Then you click on the importer, click import, and boom, there's your lesson with The Crown. Now I have my dictionary set to English, so when I click on a word like coughing, I just get the definition. But you can change the language that the English is translated to into your language. You have tons of languages you can translate into, and then you can do all kinds of vocabulary activities with your words and phrases. Easy peasy. Okay, let's get into these accents. The first one I'll start with, might as well start with my own, so the Welsh accent. Now, Wales is a country within the UK, and there isn't just one accent. There are many. There is a Welsh accent that most people think of when you say Welsh accent, and it's this one.
I'm Welsh Standard, so I am literally the epitome of the Welsh, like stereotyped accent. But I love it, I'm very proud.
So not too difficult to understand. I guess I'm biased, but it's kind of sing-songy. Now remember, Wales actually has its own language, Welsh. Welsh is nothing like English. There are lots of consonants. It's kind of tricky to pronounce, lots of strange and sounds. And we have some pretty long place names too, like this one.
Just 12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, Gellgorgera Cwndrobwll, Llantysilio Gogogoch, the temperature got to 21 Celsius.
He did a really good job with that. Let's stick with the English though. A piece of content that you should check out if you would like to listen to the Welsh accent is this super quirky, fun movie called Submarine. It's actually, the two main characters are actually not Welsh, they're English, and they do a really good job with the Welsh accent though. If you like indie music and the band The Arctic Monkeys, you might recognize the lead actor in this movie. His name is Alex Turner.
Jordana Bevan's moderately unpopular, which makes a romance between the two of us more likely.
Meet me under the bridge after school and we'll take you from there. Now kneel down. Close your eyes. Wow, you look mentally retarded.
What are you going to do with the photos?
What are you complaining about? This is conclusive proof they might not be gay.
I asked if she was my girlfriend now. She said,
I'll think about it.
but what she meant was, yes, we are now as one.
As you can tell, it's a kind of moody, coming-of-age story set in a Welsh seaside town. It's great fun. I really enjoyed it. Great soundtrack. Maybe you'd enjoy it too. Next, probably the most famous British accent, I would say, the Cockney accent. The Cockney accent is the dialect of the working class East Londoners, and it's still regarded a marker of true East London heritage. So with Cockney, there are lots of elongated vowels, and often they'll drop the TH sound and replace it with an F, so free instead of three.
My name is Turkish. Funny name for an Englishman, I know. My parents-to-be were on the same plane when it crashed. That's how they met. They named me after the name of the plane. Not many people are named after a plane crash. That's Tommy. He tells people he was named after a gun. But I know he was really named after a famous 19th century ballet dancer.
Now, of course, Cockney is famous for its rhyming slang. So if you haven't heard of Cockney rhyming slang, it's when a phrase is used in place of another item or word. So the dog and bone is phone. Up the apples and pears, meaning stairs. One of my favorites is Adam and Eve in place of the word believe. So you could say, you wouldn't Adam and Eve it. The movie Snatch, or really any movie by director Guy Ritchie, is a great place to go if you want to expose yourself to the Cockney accent. Just be prepared for lots of profanity.
You're always going to have problems lifting a body in one piece. Apparently the best thing to do is cut up a corpse into 6 pieces and pile it all together.
Would someone mind telling me? Who are you?
And when you've got your 6 pieces, you've got to get rid of them, because it's no good leaving it in the deep freeze for your mum to discover now, is it? Then I hear the best thing to do is feed them to pigs.
The next accent is probably my favorite British accent because it is so, I think, unlike any other accent and difficult to understand. Oh my goodness, the Geordie accent. So this accent is spoken by people in and around the city of Newcastle.
Beyonce sold
73.
the same amount as we did in 2 days.
2 days.
Like her week was, I don't know why I'm saying this, like blow her own trumpet and that, but that's something to be proud of, right?
If you want to hear more of this unique accent, there is a trashy TV reality show called The Geordie Show. The show follows the lives of 8 to 12 housemates, and it's really a good idea to use a link for this one. So grab the transcript, make an English lesson in Link, and then you can work through it and understand what they're saying.
I nearly gave the game away to Marnie that I was pregnant there. I have got to keep hush hush until this big announcement. Those nipples though, they were so big.
You know, I feel like this is a gym jumpsuit. The what? I'm sure, because it's got one of them weird crotch things. No. Let the air out.
We're going even further north for the next accent, and that is the Scottish accent, another one of my favourites. Now, of course, just like with Wales, there are many accents within Scotland, but when most people outside of Scotland hear Scottish accent, they think of this one.
What your wheest means shut up, which is probably what I should do right now, as I'm killing my career one moment at a time.
The Scottish accents were heavily influenced by Scottish Gaelic, a language that is still spoken in some parts of Scotland, and also by Norse. If you're looking for content that features Scottish accents, there's a new movie on Netflix called Calibre. It's set in Scotland. 2 friends go on a hunting trip and something goes a little awry. It has a 95% score on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think I might check it out tonight.
Successful day stalking?
We're putting together a search party.
What were you doing last night?
What real evidence have we got? Nothing.
We were wrong, and we're gonna pay for it.
back across the Scottish-English border and into Northern England, and you will find Yorkshire, and the people there speak with a Yorkshire accent. People who live in and around the cities of York, Leeds and Sheffield have a Yorkshire accent. It's quite distinctive and I think quite lovely.
My plan was to see your face, get revenge on Hindley, and then kill myself. But I have changed my mind. I'll never leave you, ever again. My life has been bitter since I last heard your voice.
A lot of the TV shows and movies that feature a Yorkshire accent are based in kind of working class areas in the north of England. Movies like Brassed Off, which features a brass band. Another great one is The Full Monty. That's about a bunch of unemployed steel workers who decide to make a male strip group.
Want to know about dancing, that's all.
Dancers have coordination, skill, timing, fitness and grace. Take a long, hard look in the mirror. Now I'm busy. Don't be late for job club, lads. Bastard.
The Full Monty is a great English phrase. It means completely naked. So you could say, I was on a beach in the south of France and everyone there was full Monty. There are so many more British accents I could talk about, but I'm just gonna go with one more, and it's probably the one that most people know. It's called RP. So RP stands for Received Pronunciation, and it's the kind of clear, enunciated English that you might hear on news broadcasts from the BBC. The Queen is said to have spoken RP, but actually Liz spoke more of a unique form of English, very kind of upper class posh English that is actually quite rare. This is more received pronunciation. Let's listen to David Attenborough, the legend.
Ants are among the most numerous, widespread and frequently exploited members of the undergrowth. These, in Australia, collect seeds and store them underground. Plants encourage them to do so by adding a tasty capsule to their seeds. That may seem odd, but these ants don't eat all the seeds they store. In fact, seeds are more likely to germinate below ground than above. But not everything on this forest floor is what it seems.
RP is an excellent accent to focus on and try to imitate, of course, but don't be scared to watch and listen to content that features the other accents. It'll open up just a much bigger world of content to you. If you want to focus in on RP, you can't go wrong with period dramas like the popular and somewhat controversial The Crown on Netflix.
I suppose the greatest highlight has been, well, meeting all of you, the people of Australia. You've made us feel so welcome, so at home.
Well, perhaps because you've been so refreshing. You're not what we expect from royalty.
Well, that's because I don't think of myself as royalty. You know, first and foremost, I'm a wife and a mother. That's what's most important to me.
I hope you've enjoyed listening to some of the accents of the UK and that the content ideas were interesting to you. You might want to check some of those TV shows and movies out. Thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you next time.